I have been driving for the last 4 or 5 miles, and it's nothing but solar farms, guys. Solar panels for miles. And it keeps going and going. And I can't even really, I can't, that's right, I wasn't videoing. It's like I can't even do it justice, but I don't know. It's just a feeling like, is this right? What do you guys think about these solar farms that are, I mean, I'm telling you, I've been driving for probably 4 or 5 miles, and it's nothing but solar farms. Crazy. I don't really know what to think. Okay, we made it out here to the property. I want to show you guys 200 acres, 200 acre ranch that does not have solar on it. So, but if you look at the neighboring pastures over there, they're surrounded by solar. And these folks refused to sell. This was a property that was owned by their grandfather. And I mean, they got offered a lot of money, but they're hanging on to it, so kudos to them. Oh, well, we're gonna build them a Barndominium. How about that? Let's get it going. Oh, we're on an old property here, and it's got a lot of special roots to it. The homestead that this used to be. Look at this old Massey Ferguson tractor here, just sitting here. How cool is that? Imagine the day that the old man parked it here, left it in this spot, and said, oh, I'll come back out there and do whatever. And that was it. That was the last day. Got an old bucket of Henry there, these old bottles. It's always nostalgic to look at a place like this of what used to be. Just an old barn. You can see how they used to do it however many years ago. Okay, well, I like to look at old stuff. It is kind of cool. But today, we're out on property. I gotta show you guys. Like, we're down here, a little bit central Texas, and they've got a basement. Now, this has been riddled with problems, according to the family, but this is the project. We're actually going to be building a new structure on this old slab, and it has a lot of foundation, evidence of foundation stuff here. So we're going to build a Barndominium right here. Brandon's got this staked off, and this is where we're going to be putting our pad site today. I've had one load of dirt here, which is not going to get us very far. This will be interesting. Brandon says we got a septic system right here, so he parked this tractor right here, or this skid steer. But yeah, what do you guys think about me building a building on this old slab like this? It does have a sheet ledge. I don't even know how old this slab is. It's got a lot of foundation problems. Of course, I recommend always to put a new foundation, but this is one that they're just wanting to build a shop on it. Now for the main new house area, it's going to have an all new foundation here. And it doesn't really have too much elevation. There was a big tree that they had to take out. You can kind of see all the stuff they had to tear down is over there. And I've got one load of dirt here, which is bad news because I'm gonna need a lot more than one load of dirt to do this job. Let's hope that I didn't drive all the way down here for nothing. So we got a Barndominium home that's gonna go right here in this spot. We got a shop that's gonna go over here. And we got 2 other pad sites that we've already been working on, which I wasn't able to really conclude very well, but I want you guys to take a look at some of that footage now. I am back in Riesel, Texas, and we are we're doing some Barndominium stuff down here. Back at it in Riesel. So I've got trucks running. They've already brought me quite a bit of dirt this morning before I even got here, and it's 9 o'clock. So we're gonna go ahead and receive this truck, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about what's going on down here. And I've got to push a lot of this dirt out of the way. I'm up against the clock, and I got a Zoom meeting I got to get on real quick. Oh my gosh. Let's get it. Well, real quick before my battery dies, I want to give you guys a rundown of what's going on. I got here and things were moving and shaking pretty fast. I already had a lot of dirt on the ground, 5 or 6 loads, and there should be more coming. I've already done a whole lot to establish the direction here because I had to move the dirt out of the way so they could keep dumping it. I think I hear another truck coming, but I want to show you the elevation here. You can see my string line is up here, and you can see the amount of elevation where I'm coming up over this T-pole, how much height we're adding here on this side. We're sloping this way. There is a lot of elevation on this left side. Now the soil test did not come back good, so I think they're doing chemical injections here. So whatever we use when it comes to soil is fine. I'm gonna pack all this in, but you can see I got some loose fill here. Okay, well, I switched over to my iPhone because the other battery died. I'll tell you what, it's really annoying when you got dead batteries. Anyhow, so let me finish explaining this. So you can see I'm starting to add some loose fill on the back. I'm actually cutting into this back here. There's a swell, and there's a lot of elevation that goes deeper back over there. We're cutting into some of this, and we're going around with that. I'm gonna cut some more, probably gonna start doing that now. The only problem with that is they've already brought power in, and they brought it right through here, which is where I'm gonna be cutting. So I'll have to cut a couple of feet, or at least maybe 16 inches out. I don't wanna go too deep here though, because it's probably only 3 foot. That's the only problem when you already have utilities here. So you can kind of see where I'm cutting. And there's a lot more elevation down here for a drainage area. So I'm not even close to getting into dangerous territory when it comes for the pad. And there's a whole lot of elevation that goes off that way. The client's mentality on this is they have like a pond that goes back down over there. And at some point, increase the size of that, you'll be able to see it looking off of this side. And I believe there's some porch space over here. Now I'm trying to do 2 pads actually today. I'm gonna do this one, then I'm gonna go up and we're gonna start packing in dirt over there. I may come back to do fine finish work over here if I can make sure that I just get enough soil. The key is getting the dirt here. So I'm supposed to have 5 trucks hauling today. It's nearing 11 o'clock. And I've got a lot of this pad done, but as you can see, I'm setting right now, talking to you. Let me tell you what's been happening. Basically, had a lot of trucks come. I didn't have hardly any time to reset up anything, and I've just been trying to process all the dirt that I have here, which I've been doing. As you can see, this is where our pad is getting set up. Now I've got some more work that I got to do on this. Just wanted to show you some of the elevation that I'm working with. This is coming up pretty high. I believe at least 3 foot we're building up here on this side. We'll be doing all the soil stabilization, chemical injections, all that stuff on this build. But I did want to show you what I've got. I have brought fill in right here. I still need more. And I took a lot of this from the back, which I'm kind of running out of material at the moment. But meanwhile, what I found out was, because I thought I'm having to wait for a little bit and I don't know where all these trucks are, is they were dumping on my other site, which is off of this same driveway. So this is kind of multi-generational. We got family We're building 2 structures. They were dropping dirt over there, and I was getting a little bit back here, so they were kind of slowly giving me what I needed. I didn't get a lot of that documented, but anyways, yeah, this is gonna be a lookout. Looks back over this way. I'll come back here and do a little bit more work as I finish. It's 1:40, so got a few more hours, and I think I gotta set my laser up on this other one. I think Brandon had this one marked off pretty good, but we put a lot of dirt here. I don't know if it was 230, 240, 250 yards. I don't know. Okay, got more progress to come. Gonna keep it moving. Well, I want to show you something real quick before we go too far. Number one, this is the other site. I've got a berm on the front side, and I got a little berm in the back. So some of this berm is gonna have to come out. I'll have to take some of these trees out. That's just gonna have to happen in order for me to establish a good drainage plane. All right, well, let me get started. The other thing I wanted to show you is, one cool thing about it is, while they've been waiting for us to get started down here, there's been several things. We've been getting soil reports, all those kind of things. They've been getting their power put in. Looks like they're mid-process right now of getting that ran. And they're just setting up this tree basically to receive power onto, so we'll be able to put a box on this side they'll bring their power into. Also, they have brought in main lines for water. You can see this, and they got some pretty good sizable lines here. Looks like a 2-inch or 2.5-inch pipe for their water, and they've got it capped off right there with some really heavy duty covers there. So they weren't playing around when it came to that. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna have to take some of this out. You can kind of see this berm right here sits higher than where my elevation is there. This can't be any higher than what the house is gonna be. Well, I've got to utilize some of the dirt here and make this all make sense once, so we can have positive drainage off the front of the house. So I got some work to do. So that's the swell that I'm talking about right here. This is where the front of the property is going to go. That white line is what we're going to build up to, and I'm going to have to grade positive back that way. So we'll be taking a lot of this dirt, pushing it back on this side, across the back, because you're going to need some across there. And with all that in mind, the only thing I wish is I'd have started this first, because before they put any dirt here, because that would have gave me an easier way to pass it. But I'm gonna have to knock some of these trees down to do it. So there you go. All right, we're gonna get started. So this is 200 acres, and I believe it's in the grandson's names now, and some just beautiful trees out here. Like I said, I believe that once these other structures are in place, that the old house with the basement is going to go away, because it's kind of riddled with problems, I believe, especially in the basement. Grandpa had to do a lot of things to kind of maintain that. What's cool about it is they really appreciate what Grandpa's done out here, and Grandpa used to really have a real care for the native grasses and things that he had out here, so he spent a lot of time cultivating those native grasses. They actually have cattle out here on this property now, which Right now we got an electric fence bordered around this particular spot. This was what homesteading was back then. You have a little small area that's kind of fenced in. We got the house. We got this barn here. We got a larger hay barn that's down this way, a very long driveway, which is sometimes grown up so high you can't get into it. Yeah, this is the farmhouse right here. This is it. Interesting that they built a basement out here in Central Texas. It'd be cool to know more about the story on that end. And then we got a couple more barns out here, which I believe probably like equipment, sheds, hay barn. And this is some of the native soils right here, or the native grasses, I should say. The customer just came out and gave me some instruction. Number one, the house is going to be demoed. Nobody's staying in it right now. Number two, there is a well that's not being used anymore, and it's about 20 foot deep. And he was letting me know that if we wanted to kind of backfill that in, we could, for safety reasons. So we may get around to looking at that. Yeah, no water out here. So that's a big reason why the other two structures are, or at least one of the other structures, are on another lot, because this particular property had water at one point, but because of the neighboring property and not having some details buckled up, they kind of got cut off from their water out here. For now, they're going to store water and use it like that. So there'll be something that they bring in, and which is why one of the family members didn't want to do that. So they're going to build on another site. But here, this is going to be something that is done. We'll have a shop with a Barndominium as well, detached, which they might have a breezeway or a attached cover between the two. And I've got to shift this Barndominium pad site back 2 foot because we're trying to align two doors with each other. So we'll make it where they have plenty of room. So I'm going to move the stakes back, or I'll just move my string line back a couple of feet. So that's the plan. Let's get it going. Hello. There's the well. It's about 20 foot deep. Okay, let's find a good spot to set our laser for the moment. How about on these steps over here? That should work. So they want to move this back. They'll move these stakes back a couple of feet. So I'm probably just going to flag this off. I think we already have a flag over here. We'll just make this pad a little bit bigger. That's what we'll do. No big deal. Here you go. May 5th, 1977. This was here 2 years before I was born. 48 years ago is when this pad was born. And they're not done with it yet. It's had a lot of trouble, but mainly the heaving. It's got a lot of heaving out here. Not sure what he's going to do about that as far as the continual movement that it's going to do. But the old barn was still here and intact, and he decided to take it down, put a metal shop up is what we're going to do. Put that on top of it. Of course, we always advise them to do a new slab, but it's not what we're doing here. Not on that one anyways. Let me tell you what I'm doing. Basically, I'm going to try to go off of that slab over there. Because if I can build my foundation off that level, I think I'll be in good shape. Now that foundation is no longer level. That's the other side of it. So that's what we're going to try to do. And it means that this side here, which is already a lot higher, is going to be built up a little bit more. Well, I just thought about something else, which is kind of a silly. Put my flag over there. The thing is, I need that elevation to be to my finished concrete height. I got to deduct some inches for the thickness of the concrete in order to be at that elevation. So I will lower that. That means I'm going to cut into a little bit of the existing soil, and I'll probably put some of that here on this end, which is fine, because like, what have I got to do? I'm just sitting here waiting on a load of dirt at a time. I'm going to do that and start kind of trying to level this before I start putting the dirt. A couple things that will do, it will help me to, number one, have some consistency with the dirt so it can all be the same thickness. So I'm going to try to cut in on this side and set in over here. This side actually will probably need to be cut out as well. It's a little bit lower, but I'm going to get started kind of cutting into this and putting the dirt over here on this side. It's a very small pad. Like, this is not very big at all. So probably 7 loads is gonna do it. So that's what we're doing. We're building pad number 3. Let's go. I've got 2 marks on my stakes. One is for where the pad will go. The other one is going to be where the concrete will go. So I'm going to be working under these lines right here and setting the elevation. I've only gotten 3 loads. Look at all these radishes. It's been coming out of the ground. Look at that. I mean, they are thick. Somebody used to have a garden right here. I mean, they're all in the ground. Look at that. I guess it could be natural. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Put you guys back down. See you when we get done. It's the end of the day, and wanted to show you guys where we're going to leave it off. That's 3 pad sites, guys. We got 3 that are ready to go. This one here will actually have porch on this side, living quarters on this side. There is an existing septic here, but I'm not sure if there any salvageability. Another thing is there's going to be a little more that we have to do back here. There's a stump that's really got to come out. Going to need something greater to get that out of there. This is a well that I just buried, which I think some of this is sinking in as we speak. Gonna have to keep feeding it, but I did put some concrete pieces over top of this just for protection. Don't want anybody falling through this. It's really just mud at this point because I put a whole bunch of dirt in here. Yeah, so we're gonna leave this here, let this keep oozing in there and dry out. That's really what it needs to do, because it had a bunch of water in it and it was nasty. You can see it all falling in there, see? There you go. It's kind of weird looking at it. Yeah, it's just falling in there. That thing might have been deeper than I thought. Well, I may have to try to put some more dirt in here before I go, because I can't leave it like this. So it's kind of deceiving because you put stuff over it, keeps going. Wow. What the heck? This is not something you want to fall down into. I'm going to try to put a little more in there. I have put a lot of dirt in this. I literally had a whole row of dirt that I put in here. Wow, that's fun. Okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a little more dirt in this. Any amount of weight that was to fall in that would be a problem. Definitely don't want to risk it. Okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this particular video. This is more just vlog style stuff. Nothing crazy going on here. We're just starting a new pad for a new Barndominium and a shop that's going to go over there. We're going to set this one at the same elevation as that one and put this thing off to a good start. If you look over there, you can see all the stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a lot of stuff that they've already moved out of our way so that we could begin this process. There's trees here, there's all kinds of stuff. So a lot more to come on this channel. Appreciate you guys joining us for the journey. We got a lot more content coming. Why? Because this is the #1 source for Barndominium content, and we appreciate you guys joining us here for it. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hope you'll do that now. Come along with us for the journey. We got a lot more to come. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. I'm Josh Helm, wishing you all the best. Thanks for watching. Texas best.